Hello and welcome to Acquire English Live. This is episode 52. My name is Adam. I'm an English teacher from the United States. As always, I'm here with Tuan, an English teacher from the UK. And in these videos, what we do is we listen to a conversation, then we break it down line by line and explain it, and then we'll go over some grammar. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's grammar points. Let's get into today's conversation. How about that?
Wow, how long have you had that phone?
Almost 7 years.
I think it's time to upgrade.
Yeah, I think I'll get a new one soon.
If I were you, I'd wait until the new model comes out.
When's that?
Usually in September.
Okay, and now we will go line by line to break down the conversation. So our first line is this one here.
Wow, how long have you had that phone?
So, wow, how long have you had that phone? So your phone looks really old. When did you get it? So of course, how long have you, and then our past participle, this case, had, we use to talk about the beginning to now, how much time has passed. So from when you bought the phone until now, how much time has passed? And one thing, if you listen to this, the pronunciation, I always feel like on this sentence can be kind of confusing. Let's listen one more time.
Wow, how long have you had that phone?
So how long, this H in English, we kind of leave off a lot, at least in American English. We don't like that a lot. So to me, this really sounds like how long of, like OF, how long of you had that phone? How long of you? How long of you? So be careful with that pronunciation. It's not really how long have you. We kind of leave off that H there. It's kind of how long have you had that phone? Is that maybe similar in British English? Could you say that for us once, Tuan?
How long have you had that phone? Yeah, I guess it's quite similar.
Right. We kind of skipped that H on there. So how long have you had that phone? Okay. So again, your phone looks really old. When did you get it?
Almost 7 years.
So almost 7 years. So 7 years ago, looks like Tuan threw away his flip phone and got this new phone. And now 7 years continue to have the same thing. Not quite 7 years though, right? Almost 7 years. So I've had it for nearly 7 years. Almost is kind of confusing sometimes. Almost means not, right? So in this case, Tuan has not had this phone for 7 years, maybe 6 years and 11 months, but almost 7 years. So it means not 7 years, but close. So in this case, nearly 7 years. Go to the next line.
I think it's time to upgrade.
So I think it's time to upgrade. This means you should buy a new phone. So Tuan, when was the last time you upgraded your phone?
3 years ago, but I need a new one. My one's broken.
It's it's time to upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to upgrade it.
I'm feeling the same way right now. I've had mine almost 3 years. I used to get a new one every 2 years, which was always ridiculous. It's not necessary, but now I kind of wait 3, which is still not necessary, but it's about as long as I can wait. And usually the companies will give you a very good deal if you upgrade after 2 or 3 years. So it's usually hard to pass up. I usually want to do it. So we'll see if I get a new one. You're an iPhone guy, right?
Yeah, I'll probably stick with the same one or the same kind.
Yeah, it's hard. Once you start using an iPhone, it's hard to not get a new one, right? Hard to skip. They get you. They get you locked in. Okay, and the next line we had.
Yeah, I think I'll get a new one soon.
So yeah, I think I'll get a new one soon means you're right. I will probably buy one in the near future. Okay. In the near future means soon. Okay. In the near future. Oops. In the near future equals soon. And then
If I were you, I'd wait until the new model comes out.
so if I were you, I'd wait until the new model comes out. So the newest version. So I recommend waiting until the newest model is released, right? So in this case, these times often it's the 5G version of it. Okay. And
When's that?
so when's that? This means when is it that the new model will be released? So when will the new model be released? So this is kind of an advanced but very natural expression. When's that? So this means when is it that the new model will be released? So you'll often hear people say, when's that, or why's that, or where's that? So that a bit confusing grammar wise, but you'll hear this a lot. It just means when is it? When will the new model be released? So for example, Tuan, an example of using maybe why's that, if I said, oh, I'm feeling so tired today, would you use why's that in that situation?
Yes, I would. I'll say, why is that?
Yeah, why is that? So why is it that you are tired today? Is that okay? Maybe okay. And the last line.
Usually in September.
So the new model is usually released in September. This is, I think, true in the States, probably in the UK as well. I think Apple and Google and Samsung and most companies kind of release their new phones in September. So as we record this, it's the beginning of September. I assume some new phones will be released soon. I think. I haven't heard much about Apple this year though, so I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into today's grammar points. And today we're talking about this line here.
If I were you, I'd wait until the new model comes out.
So if I were you is a way to give someone advice, to tell someone something that's good to do. So in this situation, I'm telling Tuan, don't buy a new phone right away. Wait until a new model comes out. And I suppose the strangest part about this sentence is the were part. I were. Of course, normally we would say I was. But without getting too deep into the grammar here, when we're talking about a hypothetical situation, so a situation that is not real, and many if situations are this way. And some people call this the subjunctive mood, if you're really a grammar nerd. But we're always going to use were in this situation. If I were you. Is that okay? And the easy way to think about this is just when you're giving someone advice, similar to saying you should wait until the new model comes out. If I were you, I would wait until the new model comes out. Same meaning, just means you should. We're giving someone advice. Did I miss anything there, Tuan? Is that okay?
Yeah, you don't want to go too deep into it, but yeah, basically, yeah, for unreal situations.
Yeah. So I think, I think a big issue, a big problem I have with people learning English is they're so worried about memorizing grammar rules and remembering words like the subjunctive mood and those types of things. I feel like it interferes with their actual ability to use the language. Like, learning grammar, it's important, but people worry so much about it sometimes. I think it gets in the way. And I think that's why a lot of people struggle with speaking, is because they've spent so much time just memorizing the rules, right? And we're not supercomputers. We don't learn that way. So just remember, if I were you, is a way to give advice. And we're going to practice that right now. So let's look at some situations, and Tuan and I are going to give each other some advice, and we would like you to give us advice, your thoughts in the comments below. So how about the first one? We have this one. This is true of me, although I'm not quite this fat. I'm getting closer to this than I was maybe 2 years ago, but I need to lose weight. So Tuan, what would you say? What advice would you give me? I need to lose weight.
If I were you, I would be careful with what you eat.
If I were you, I would be careful about what you eat. Yeah, that's probably really good advice for me. Because recently a Burger King opened up nearby. So yeah, I'm ashamed to say it. I'm embarrassed to say it, but I've been eating more Burger King in the last month than I have in the last maybe 20 years. So it's not good at all. But yeah, the main point here, if I were you, I would, and then our verb, be careful about what you eat. Okay. So you could also say, if I were you, I would get more exercise. You okay? How about the next one? I want to go on a trip. Do you have any advice here, Tuan?
If I were you, I would wait till the corona cases are lower.
If I were you, I would wait until the COVID cases are lower. Is that right? Is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah.
If I were you, I would wait until the COVID cases are lower. Yeah, still very high all around the world. I thought we'd be almost done. I thought we'd be getting close to be finished with COVID by this time, but doesn't look like it. Not even close. So yeah. Yeah, or if I were you, I would consider going camping. Maybe like going a place where there's not many people out in the wilderness. I'm not sure. Although I read an article that said in America, they found many deer have had COVID in the United States. So they're finding it in some animals and wild animals in the United States. So maybe we should still just stay home. But if I were you, I would stay away from other people. Okay. So how about this one? Do you think I should buy an electric car?
Maybe something we didn't cover was, yeah, using this if I were you, we'll always say I would or I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I'd say if I were you, I wouldn't.
If I were you, I wouldn't. Why is that?
Because we live in Japan, I think parking is very expensive and parking is very hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
The train is good enough.
Right. So you wouldn't buy a car in general.
In Japan, no.
Yeah.
If I were you, I wouldn't. The train is good enough.
Right.
In Japan.
Yeah, and also I think with electric cars, it's still an issue with charging them. They're not. I think it's growing. There's more and more nowadays, but it's still difficult to do. But yeah, good point. In this case, if I were you, I wouldn't. It's fine. Actually, I don't have a driver's license in Japan, so it doesn't. You should definitely not recommend me buying an electric car. I can't drive it. So, okay, next one. It's my mom's birthday soon. What should I buy?
I'm gonna put this on you.
So, okay. Is it your mom's birthday soon? Yeah, my mom's birthday was back in February. So is your mom's birthday really soon, Tuan?
Oh, not soon. Soon enough.
Soon enough. Okay. So if I were you, if I were you, I would buy her a Roomba. Roomba. Does your mom have any sort of like robot vacuum cleaner?
No. Yeah, that could be good. Maybe they'll need a few because of the stairs.
Oh, there are a lot of stairs. They don't do stairs. Roombas don't do stairs. So
So maybe they need two then for
one upstairs, one downstairs. Okay. Yeah, I did not buy one for my mom, but I believe she got one of these after seeing ours and she likes it. They're pretty convenient. Although with kids, you have to kind of pick everything up off the floor before the robot can actually do anything. So in my house, we've got 2 kids, there's toys all over the place. The Roomba doesn't work quite so well because it just keeps running into all the toys. So they're better for adults.
Maybe we should explain what a Roomba is for people who don't know.
So a Roomba, maybe you've seen it before, but like a robot vacuum cleaner that when you're not at home, you turn it on and it goes around your house and cleans up the floor, vacuums up the floor for you. I suppose we could find one.
Other brands are available.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a Roomba, but the Roomba brand. I think are they also called iRobots? iRobot is the kind of. Let's get into robot vacuums. But yeah, here they go. They look like this, and
Mainly Roombas. There's a D-bot. And there's
E-bot, yeah. I typed in Roomba, so of course Roomba is going to follow. But if you type in robot vacuums, maybe there are cheaper versions. They get a little expensive, so just so you know.
There's a Dyson one too.
Oh, there's some Dyson. Yep.
Which is very expensive.
There's some good ones. But before everyone turns off this video, if they haven't already, we'll stop talking about robot vacuums. Okay, and the final one there. So we both live in Japan, so I want to improve my Japanese. Okay.
I'm gonna turn this on you again because my Japanese is a lot not as good as yours.
I see. Close. So if I were you, I would practice shadowing every day. Every day. 15 minutes. You've got 15 minutes. You can do it pretty much every day. And this is also the advice that we always give people here. And with our videos, of course, today's conversation, the conversation we listened to here about the phone, we put out a video every weekend. And last weekend, this is the video we showed, and it's a step-by-step process that includes shadowing for you to improve your speaking. So yeah, to me, the way I learned Japanese was basically through shadowing, because I studied quite a bit of grammar, but studying grammar doesn't really lead to speaking. And my main focus was speaking. I don't really care about passing any tests. I don't really care about knowing all the correct terminology for grammar. I just want to communicate with people, and shadowing will really help you communicate. And what shadowing is, of course, is speaking along with the speakers in a video. So just like we had today, you would speak along with both of the speakers there. And if you watch one of our training videos, again, that we put out every weekend, it explains the process a bit clearer. We can put that video in the link. We'll put the link to the video below. But again, to me, shadowing is the best thing you can do to improve your speaking and listening and pronunciation. Is that okay? So Tuan, I'm going to tell your wife that you're going to be practicing shadowing 15 to 30 minutes a day, and she's going to have to test you on it.
Fair enough.
I'm not really going to do that. Anyway, I believe that does it for the most part for today. Tuan, do you have anything to say?
If I were you, yeah, it's quite a natural way to give advice. I say, how strong do you think? How strong would you put it?
I think it's the same as just saying you should. It's
Yeah,
not
sounds
like
about the same.
it's not like a you'd better or you have to, you must. It's not one of those. I would say it's
softer.
similar to you should. So it's just a normal level of advice. It's not really pushy, right?
Sounds friendly.
Yeah.
If I were
It's
you,
strong,
yeah.
but it's not like, waving your finger at somebody. Not that kind of strong.
Yeah,
Maybe okay. So
pretty natural.
thank you so much for watching. Of course, like and subscribe the video. Like the video, subscribe to us on Facebook and YouTube, and check us out on Skillshare and Udemy. We, of course, have our courses there. And I think that will about do it for us today. So thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye.